I'm Mr. MegaManFan, this is the PC Engine Files, and today we're looking at Toshi Tensu Keikaku Eternal City, or Eternal City Toshi Tensu Keikaku, whichever way you choose to arrange the titles. I think most people will just call it Eternal City for short. And I'm going to cut Ryan off at the pass right here because, for once, I actually went to romhacking.net before doing the voiceover for this video, and sadly, there is no English patch. As recently as 2019, somebody named Filler was looking for help completing an English language patch, and he had already posted on one other PC Engine website and had gotten no help there. And since the thread has been dead since 2019, I assume he got no help at romhacking.net either. So the project is in limbo, incompleted, or possibly not even started. It looks like it was dead on the vine because nobody was really interested in Eternal City. That's a shame because this is a rather fascinating game. There's very little English language information out there about it, and what little I could glean from playing it matches what I could find on the internet. For example, on the ROM hacking website, there is a very, very short entry for this game. It says, despite the cutesy picture, this is a pretty crazy game. You're a robot, you run around and shoot things, and generally fall down pits because you can't jump across them. From what I played, the game has a definite Metroid feel because you're running around getting power-ups at various points. It's pretty fun. That's an accurate description. It matches up with my own experience because, as you can see, I am this giant mech robot thing that's got a unlimited amount of ammo to a point. When it runs out, it's very slow to replenish, so even though it's unlimited, you might want to not just run and gun. You can, but then it takes forever for your shots to fire while they're reloading. So you can run and gun if you want, but do so at your own peril. Maybe play a little more conservative than that. You've also got a shield, and from what I've seen, it's a pretty robust shield because at no point during the recording of this gameplay footage did my shields actually run out. I think they might replenish over time. I'm not 100% sure of that because I think some of these power-up points that were being referenced on romhacking.net are also replenishing my shields. You don't really know when or where it's going to happen. You just seem to randomly find these portals, walk into them, there's a bunch of text in Japanese, you hit the select button, and then something's been upgraded. Without an English language patch, it's not entirely clear what was upgraded. Your weapon, your shield, your power. Sometimes it gives you a little hint, like it'll say one word in English, like laser. Okay, so I got a laser shot, but how do I select it? I don't really know. It just happens like that. The funny thing about it is you don't really need to know because you're so well equipped and the gameplay is so simple and straightforward that even without knowing what's going on per se, you can still make progress. Like eventually you're just going to work your way through these pits to a boss level, and once you defeat that boss, it gives you an option, zone 1 to the right, zone 2 to the left. And obviously if you want to keep making progress in Eternal City, you want to go to the left to zone 2, and then you start dropping down through the pits again and fighting more things and collecting more power-ups. So on and so forth. Rinse, lather, repeat. That's what Eternal City is all about. But nobody seems to have documented this game in English to the degree that would really explain why you're doing this, or if it's even a property in Japan, like if it's based on an anime or a manga that has some sort of traction over there. For example, PC Engine Software Bible, which is normally reliable in these kind of cases, has a one-sentence entry that I think is about a dozen words. It says, and I quote, horizontal run and gun with mecha designed by the legendary Masamune Shiro. That's it? You can't tell me any more than that? You can't even tell me why Masamune Shiro is legendary? Man, that's just nothing on top of nothing. That's nothing squared. I think Eternal City is a game that might fool a lot of people. The title makes it look like it's a role-playing game, the intro screen might make it look like it's a turn-based strategy game. Then once you get into the actual gameplay and start scrolling left to right, you're like, okay, this is an arcade platformer run and gun shooter type game. It totally fools you when you first see it. You have any kind of expectation going in based on the title, it's going to be completely rewired once you start playing it. So yes, I do wish there was an English language patch available for it, but I think part of the reason it doesn't exist is because it's so easy to play without one. That may be why Filler had no luck at romhacking.net getting people to finish a English patch for this game, because people who played the game would just say, why? It already works. It's not an RPG, it's not a tactical strategy game. You don't need to know what the menu options are in English to select it. Just move to the left and right, jump up and down, and shoot a lot of things. You're good. No extra effort required. And if people feel that way, then this one will remain in the state it's in for now, maybe forever. But play it anyway. Find a download, try it in emulation. Eternal City is surprisingly good. It's a hidden gem. I will go so far as to say that. It's a hidden gem on the PC Engine library, and it certainly seems like one that would have been very easy to convert for the North American market if anybody had bothered to. Naxit Soft certainly could have. That's the anagram for Taxan and vice versa. They published a lot of games, so it's not like it was out of their wheelhouse to port a game for North America, release it here. It's not a cheap game. The complete copy can go for $55 with quote-unquote free shipping from Japan. If you want to pay that much, go ahead. Not telling you not to, but if you do want to pay that much, maybe just know what you're getting into. Watch this gameplay footage, try it in emulation yourself, then put down $55 for a complete copy of this Hue card. It's good. Is it $55 good? Debatable. I mean, that just depends on how hardcore you are about your PC Engine games, and I'm on the fence with that because I love PC Engine, but I don't love spending $55 a game, and they get more expensive from there very, very quickly. So, bottom line, if I got a bottom line, this is Eternal City is good enough to try. It's certainly good enough to get a patch if anybody ever gets around to it, but happily, it's playable without one. So, I think this one is worthy of your time. Maybe slightly less worthy of $55, but if you're out of other PC Engine games to buy because you've already bought so many, consider it. I'm Mr. MegaManFan. As always, thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe. All of those things help the channel grow. The PC Engine Files takes place every Tuesday, but there's new content every day, so come back for more. Peace.